We purchased our first rental property in 2019, which was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, okay? And our current mortgage for that home is $574.41. Yes, you heard that right, $574.41. And we have gained almost $100,000 worth of equity in the property. That is significantly less than the 30% of shelter costs that most financial gurus expect or suggest that you pay for your overall gross monthly income. Now, in order to purchase real estate, we had to overcome fear. Make sure you stick around for the video because I will reveal my top 3 ways we were able to overcome fear and purchase our first real estate property. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Money Moves with Kay. I'm Kay, and if you're new to the channel, we talk all things real estate and all things money moves to empower you to gain financial freedom. If that's something that you're interested in and that you like, go ahead and consider sharing, liking the video, and also subscribe to the channel. And do me a huge favor. If you're new, in the comment section, write "I'm new," or you can just write "I subscribe" so that it lets me know. Without further ado, let's get into the content. The number one thing I notice when I do my one-on-one consultation with folks is that they fear, just like I did in 2018, but they fear getting into the real estate market. Most of that fear comes from the fact that they don't have a sphere of influence or people around them that they can learn from and that they see as vital and that are doing it themselves, right? So they have really no example potentially. I also have heard of money not being a reason why they don't invest in real estate and a whole gamut of reasons. But the number one reason again is fear of failure, fear of getting into the market, especially now the market is kind of overpriced. And I'll do another video on alternative ways to get into the market, but there is still a certain level of fear to even start. So I really want to break down how we were able to overcome that fear and get started. And my number one reason or way we were able to do that is we were tired of being sick and tired. We were tired of hearing success stories and hearing folks enter the real estate market and be successful. We were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. And frankly, we were tired of working tirelessly at our 9-to-5 jobs and really having nothing to show for it. Back in 2018, we made a plan to retire early. We, meaning my husband and I. We made a plan to retire early. And in order to do that, what we heard, what we read, what we knew was to invest in real estate. In fact, 90% of the world's millionaires did so through real estate. So it was an easy yes for us, but the obvious no for us was our fear. It was something in us that said, I don't know, it's still tricky. Maybe it's the right time, maybe it's not. And again, I already told you earlier that our mortgage was $574.14. At the time, before we got pre-qualified or pre-approved for a home, we didn't necessarily know that our mortgage would be that cheap. And even then, back then in 2019, it was significantly lower than our expenses while we were stationed in Germany. If you don't know, my family and I are a military family, and we were stationed in Germany when we purchased our home sight unseen, and we'll get to that in just a second. But my point here is that we were able to jump in the market, but we were just tired of being sick and tired. We were tired of just sitting on the sidelines while the game of real estate passed us by. No longer did we want to just watch folks do it. We wanted to play in the game of real estate, and that's what we did. Ownership provides power, and more importantly, ownership provides options. And we knew at the time that we couldn't continue to do with our money what we were doing and still be successful and still retire early. So we knew we had to change, and the time was then and continues to be now that we progressively move forward and try to pursue our goals in real estate. The second way we overcame fear was we planned in order to reduce the friction. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Kay, this is not science class. Why are you talking about friction? But hear me out. So friction are those obstacles or challenges that present themselves in your way to get towards the other side of investing in real estate. That could be a rock on the road, right? Something small that gets in your way, or a little bump in the road and you say, nah, I'm gonna chill on that. I'm not even gonna invest this year. Maybe I'll wait till next year. I'll start next year. I'll start the next year. And before you know it, years have passed and you still are not in the game of real estate. So planning is my second step, or my second way we overcame fear, in order to ensure that as much as we could control, we planned for those obstacles that came, and we were able to say, this is a straight path towards real estate and investing in real estate, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going until our goal is met. So planning helps eliminate the unknowns that you're going to encounter and that you may encounter even before you start. It also lays a solid foundation so that you have something to rely on in the event that those challenges present themselves, which they will. Along with that foundation is ensuring that everything is G to G or good to go so that you're ready to purchase when the time is right to purchase. Right now, at the time of this recording, things are kind of astronomically expensive. However, your time is next, right? So making sure that you have your down payment if you're using a lender, making sure you're saving right now for your down payment. Use this time while you're waiting to save. Use this time while you're waiting to get your credit corrected. Use this time while you're waiting to align yourself and network with folks who can position you in another spot. Ensuring you know the comps in the area, ensuring you know the profitability in the area, ensuring you know the rental rates in the area. All these things go towards you planning so that you have done the research and laid your foundation so that when you are ready to purchase, or if you're ready to purchase now, it just eliminates or eases the fear going into real estate. Once you know your numbers, right? And real estate is a numbers game. Once you know your numbers, you're good to go. And you can proceed with a little bit more confidence knowing that, hey, if I purchase this property at this, I can get this rental rate in this area. You need to do your research in order to even have that plan set out for yourself. I thought this was a great place to stop and tell you about a program that I personally use to decide the comps and the rents in the area. And it's a program called PropStream. This program, there'll be a link in the description. If you are interested in the program, there's a 7-day free trial that you can try. And it tells you the estimated rents in the area. So if you purchase a property, you will want to know through your research and planning phase, you want to know about or approximately how much the rents go for in the area. It also runs down the comps. So the properties in the area, how much are they selling for, to kind of let you know on average what your property is worth, and also the equity, which is a very valuable tool as well. Amongst other things they have, you can filter and try to find laundromats in the area or storage units. There's a whole gamut of things. But again, there's a link in the description if you are interested in trying this program for 7 days for free. You should continuously stay activated as if you're a landlord right now. Getting in the mindset early before you even purchase a property. So getting in the mindset of an investor is part of the whole deal, right? So making sure that you are already in the mindset of investing will continuously move you towards your dreams of purchasing a property and allow your dreams to come to fruition. This is mainly about finances. Yes, you do need to have these certain things in order: finances, credit score if you're using a lender, and some other things. But mindset is attached to this to overcome the fear to even start. Use this time to set up a business entity. Use this time to have an exit strategy. If you're purchasing a property, are you going to rent it? Are you going to sell the property? Are you going to flip it? What are you doing with the property? Use this time to get a CPA to do your taxes. Use this time wisely while you're waiting to prepare. This is a very, very vital step that a lot of people overlook. They just see the shiny object and see the person purchase 5 properties or 1 property or anything. And they say, well, why can't I do that? Well, it's a preparation that needs to happen in order for there to even be success. So the preparation is very key as well. The last thing we did in order to overcome fear was we were able to execute. By far, this is the most important part of the whole entire plan, right? Because number 1, we were sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Number 2, we planned. And lastly, we have to execute, or we had to execute in order to get in the game of real estate. And this is the number 1 thing that differentiates folks from being investors and not being investors, is the execution of it all. We were able to take action and we stood on our decision, whatever that meant. So again, as a reminder, we purchased our first rental property or our first investment property while we were stationed in Germany. We're a military family and we first purchased our first one sight unseen. I do not suggest that you purchase anything sight unseen, but we did. We were 75 to 80% sure that that was the property for us. Whether we liked it or not, we knew and had some comps in the area. That goes back to my planning stage that I talked about. I was planning and I was researching the comps in the area. I was researching the price that properties were selling for in the area. In the event that we moved there and we was like, we don't like it here, right? We could sell it, right? And going back again to the options of real estate, you could sell it. We could Airbnb. I knew the Airbnb market for that area. I knew everything about the property that I needed to know in order to be at least 75 to 80% sure that that was the right property for us. And what do you know? That property has gained us about $100,000 in equity just from a purchase in 2019 is when we actually purchased the property. So that goes back to a great point that I want to mention as well. A lot of times in investors or investments, real estate investments, I'm not always 100% sure on the property that we purchase. I'm close to it because I've done my research. But there's always something in the back of my mind like, is this the right idea? I hope everything goes right. You question yourself at times. However, the research, the planning is the thing that I always rely on or fall on when I am a little bit, I guess, insecure of the plan. So keep that in mind when you're moving forward to the execution phase of reaching your goals to invest in real estate. That's the end of my video. Thank you so very much for making it to this point. I really hope the video helped you. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.